Good evening. Welcome to the Voices of Dobbins Podcast Episode 1. My name is Zanesha G, and we'll be touching on multiple topics today. And by we, I mean my co-host and I. Today joining us, we have Anyea T and Anyea G. We'll be touching on everything from feminism to social justice to pop culture. Now I'm going to go ahead and let Anyea start the conversation.
Thanks, Z. Today in pop culture, many celebs have taken to social media to address the EndSARS movement currently happening in Nigeria. They have expressed their dissatisfaction with the widespread reports of incidents of police brutality and abuse of power against innocent people. Tensions were further heightened when several protesters were killed and others injured by soldiers believed to be part of the Nigerian armed forces. During a protest in Lagos, Naomi Campbell, Nicki Minaj, Kanye West expressed their disgust through various social media platforms. Even Beyonce stated she was working on partnerships with youth organizations to support these protests for change. Another big celebrity who stepped in to help the movement was Rihanna. For example, with posting the following caption on Instagram: "I can't bear to see this torture and brutalization that is continuing to affect nations across this planet. It's such a betrayal to the citizens. The very people put in place to protect are the ones we are most afraid of being murdered by. My heart is broken for Nigeria, man. It is unbearable to watch. I'm so proud of your strength and not letting up on the fight for what's right. Hashtag EndSARS. Seeing as 2020 has brought us a time of healing and scars, the topic of social justice seems to be at an all-time high and bringing issues of racial equalities to the forefront. Ladies, how do you feel about it?"
Personally, I feel that it's great that the celebrities of our state and like all over the world are even considering that there is an issue and that they want to be a part of making a stop to the issue and helping. I think that's amazing to me. How do you feel about it, Nancy?
I agree with you, Z. Like, celebrities are taking to knowledge what's going on in Nigeria, and people who live outside of Nigeria who follow these big celebrity who got a big platforms know, like, taking the knowledge and want to help, you know? And so it's like something related to social justice, what I want to talk about. Social justice has been one of the main topics for decades to discuss equality, basic human rights, and opportunities. Social justice helps people in need, like people of color, women, LGBTQ, and more. Social justice also helps people by giving them opportunities in the workplace. In 2002 to 2007, programs for social justice around the world help kids attend schools. In China, over 6 million people were unemployed, but the government in China came together and helped people, the majority of people, until they got employed again. Right now, as we are talking, we are in the middle of the U.S. election, waiting for the votes to come in between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. You might ask, why does this matter for people of color, women, and LGBTQ community? For people who are in the U.S., the future matters for people like them. It could impact how social justice helps us. Well, you can see that social justice has reached out their hands to give people opportunities, right, equality, and much more. Ladies, what do you think about the election taking place right now?
I personally think that the election is the biggest part of like most of the years when it comes that time. The election keeps people anxious because we never know like what's going to happen after whoever gets elected is in office. So I feel like this time of the year like makes people nervous and like keeps you on your feet just so you know what's like happening around you. It's like this part of the year is just like, I feel like people, get nervous and scared around this time of the year. How do you feel about it, Anyea?
These past 2 days have been stressful for a lot of people. I've seen it on social media, like scrolling through like every platform, and I've seen people talk about it, seen it on TikTok, and people are making conspiracy theories on it, saying that after they get the results, it's going to be a civil war. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I just think there's going to be a great divide in the country and that there's going to be tension. But civil war, that's a little, that's so dramatic. But I feel that people should just wait it out and see what the results are before they start trying to jump to conclusions and start taking matters into their own hands, because we don't know who for certain is going to win or not.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's crazy, but all we can do is wait it out. Thank you, Anyea, and thank you, Nancy. So to feed more into the social justice issue, feminism is a big subject I want to talk on. Women are being treated very differently from men, and I truly hate it. I know some of you are going to say hate is a strong word. Yes, it is a strong word, but that's how I feel. Being a female in America is difficult because of the beauty standards and how women have looked in the past have changed. So people are starting to kind of bash women who don't meet their beauty standards. If you search up on Google what's a normal beauty standard, it will say in America the beauty standard is light skin, blonde hair, and blue eyes, simply because it's more desirable. And it doesn't sit right with me. You can also look up what's the normal female height, and it will say 5'4". The average weight is 170 pounds. Now, being that there are over 10 body shapes and millions of females who are over 170 pounds, not light skinned, and or do not have blue eyes, this is not okay. The fact that they even categorize females by their looks is disgusting to me, and that the beauty standard is predominantly describing a Caucasian female, maybe even a little racist if you ask me. There are 6 skin tones and only 1 or 2 acceptable. The height should never matter. Why is there even something called normal if you're going to use the word incorrectly? Everybody is not supposed to look the same or live the same life. So if we're going to normalize something, let's normalize that every height, weight, hair color, hair texture, eye color, hair length, and most importantly, skin color is beautiful. Times are getting hard, and if you're judging a female because of the way she looks, you're a part of the social justice issue. Treat people equally, please. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
I think that the beauty standards are everywhere, like social media, definitely there. It's on like movies and TV shows, and see it on like posters and magazines. But it's like there a lot that you don't even realize it. And it's to younger girls, it makes them insecure, and they'll be like, well, why don't I look like that? I'm supposed to look like that if I want to be pretty. And you see it on Netflix shows, like you see the girl, she's somebody that looks totally different from you. And then you have one girl that looks like you, and it's a stereotypical character, or it's just a side character that's supposed to be the best friend. And you're like, what? And then the main love interest, she got the fairy tale ending. And you'd be like, well, why can't I have that? Like, why can't I have somebody that has a good ending that looks like me?
I definitely agree with you, and I feel like that definitely should be fixed. Nancy, how do you feel about it?
I agree with what you said and what Anyea said. Because in America, there's a typical, there's beauty standards for girls to have this kind of body and this kind of height and this kind of color and this whatever is very out of place. Beauty standards are not it. Girls got different body types, different weight, different colors, and it's out of place because, like you said, the term normal, why do we use it if we're not gonna use it properly, you know? Because, no.
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I definitely get it. Anything else you ladies want to add or give any advice on how they can help or stop these issues out of all of the things we talked about today?
Can I give you guys advice?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when I was little, I didn't really love my skin color, and I didn't really love who I was and stuff like that. But once I start to grow up and mature a little bit, love who you love and don't let anyone change you. It might sound corny, but trust me, it helps a lot. It helps a lot because no one was there to tell me you should love who you love. Love your skin color. Love your background, where you come from. Love everything about yourself. Love everything about yourself. If no one's gonna say that, I'm gonna tell you that because you should be loving yourself, and that's the only thing. That's it. That's all I want to say.
Can I answer that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anyea.
Because the same thing. Because when I was younger, it was on social media. It was the light skin versus dark skin thing, and I was I was on Android, so I didn't I was young. I didn't really have a phone for all them years, and then when I got it, I was like, this what the hype is about. And then I was like, this is what y'all be doing on there. And I was like, this is so corny, but back in the day, I used to get my feelings hurt, and it was at school too, but it wasn't a lot. But I was like, it's noticeable. It was noticeable, and I was like, well, dang. I'm like, I shouldn't be like. I'm only in like elementary school. I'm like, I don't look like these girls and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's hard for me not to sometimes think like that. But I'm a lot better, and I really don't care now. But I have my moments where I get upset and like I have like a tear up a little bit, but that's it. Like only tear up. Like I won't fully sob over it because I'm like, I really don't care. It's like people who won't even matter to the future who have an opinion on what I should look like.
I definitely agree with you. Self-love is always the best love, and how we look is how we look. We can't change anything about that, so there's nothing we can do except love ourselves for who we are and what we do. But if that's it, is that it, ladies?
Yeah.
All right. That's it on Voices of Dobbins. Don't forget, I'm Zanesha G, your host, with my co-hosts, Anyea T and Nancy G. We'll see you next week at 3 p.m. sharp Eastern Time. Set those reminders and set those alarm clocks. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time on Voices of Dobbins.